Let your light shine. Let your light shine that others may see the goodness of glory inside of you. I say that because I want you to stop hiding your light. Stop hiding who you are beneath a bushel. What do you mean by that, Jackie? I mean, stop hiding your talents, your gifts, your calling. Why? Because others need to see your light. And your light is not just for you, but it is for others to see how great and how awesome God has been in your life. Can I say it again? To see the goodness and magnificent things that have been going on in your life. You may say, well, listen, not a whole lot's been going on. I've been dealing with some things. I've been going through some situations. Things have not been turning out the way that I thought that it should turn out. But can I tell you that you are equipped with everything that you need? So things that come easy for you may be hard for somebody else. But can I tell you, stop hiding who you truly are. Stop shrinking so that others, I'm not stuck. Stop shrinking so that others may not be intimidated on who you are, but that's just your gift. That's just your calling. That's just who God has made you to be in this season. Here's why, because the things that you do so easily, it's not for you. It's for your neighbor. It's for your coworker. It's for those that will be connected to you way long when you're gone, and they can say, listen, there was a roadmap, there was a blueprint that was laid out for me before I would even thought about. See, that's the reason you need your light to shine right now. That's the reason you need to stand strong in who you are and whose you are. That's the reason everyone needs to know. Listen, I know you're going through. I know some things have not been going along the road that you have set forth. I know the highway seems congested. I know that back road seems lonely. I know. I know that when you look at your banking account, it's not where it's supposed to be. I know when you look at your health, it's not where you said you wanted it to be during the first of the year on January 1st. I know that things have not been in line with your vision. I know that promotion, you didn't receive it. I know you said by now that you wanted 6 figures in your banking account. I know at this point that you said, I want to be married. I want to have a husband and wife right now. And I know you said, like, I want to have the children by now and the dog and the house and all of these things. I know. But you still have a calling on your life. You still have a purpose on your life. I know you're thinking like, well, man, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too slow, I'm too something. I'm an ex something. But can I tell you that if God can use a murderer, I'm talking about David. And if he can use a liar, I'm talking about David. If he can use a adulteress, I'm talking about the woman at the well. If he can use a lame man, I'm talking about the man that was inflicted for over 30 years. If he can use your ordinary people to do extraordinary things, why can't he use you? Why can't you go forth and you don't have all the equipment that you think you need, or you don't have all the influence that you think you need, and you don't have all the connections that you think you need, but yet still you're going to leave a mark on this world? Why? Because you were in it. See, we think that we have to do something extraordinary to be recognized, and we have to do something extraordinary to be remembered. We have to do something extraordinary to have our names in life. But can I tell you, it's the smallest things that you do. It's the smallest things that people will come in and say, listen, like I saw your video and you have changed my life. I read your post and it set me on fire. I saw you and it made me rethink my direction on where I was going. It is the small things that's going to advance the kingdom. So you're thinking that you have to have a blue check on all your social media platforms to validate you. But can I tell you that you was already validated way before you were even thought about? Because the word says that before you were even formed, I knew about you. He already knew what you were going to go through. He already knew the obstacles that you would have to overcome. He already knew the people that were going to turn their back on you. He already knew that you had to go down that street, around that corner, down that alley, go through some construction sites, go through some delays to get to where you are right now. He already knew that. You just didn't see the clear plan that was set for your life. The one thing I love about going to the movies is getting there to watch the previews of the upcoming attractions. And in God, just like the movies, he never gives you the full scope of your life. He never gives you the full scope of the situation. He never gives you the full scope of an upcoming event. But what he does, he gives you the preview. And in Amazing, sometimes the preview is sometimes better than the movie itself because it shows you the highlight of the good parts, but never show you the highlights of the things that may not be so good. Why? Because you may not come and see it if you know that all the parts are not so good. But see, they're thinking that if I just show them the action part, if I show them their favorite star, if I show them, this particular clip, is going to say, listen, let's always get together and let's go see this. Isn't it amazing? God, if he showed you that you had to go down and experience and go without, would you still want that life? Would you still show up for yourself? Would you still show up for others? Would you still show up for your calling? Would you still show up for your gifts and your talent? Would you still show up if he showed you everything that was about to happen? Would you still show up? Probably not. Let's just keep it real and shame the devil. We probably would not show up because you say, listen, I didn't sign up for that. I didn't think I had to deal with that or go through that to get to there. If everything that you've been through have set you up to where you are today, and I heard this and it's just like, ooh, that's a good little saying. Brokenness is an option. I said, wait a minute. So you can choose whether or not the things that you are going through, if you're going to allow it to continue to break you and keep you broken. Yes, we all have been through some things. We've all have suffered some setbacks. We've all suffered some loss. We've all suffered some heartbreaks. We've all suffered something that's so traumatic we never thought that we were going to be able to bounce back from. But can I tell you that I'm a living witness that you can bounce back from setback. You can bounce back from let down. You can bounce back from being married twice. You can bounce back from that abuse. You can bounce back from being unhealthy. You can come back from things that you thought that was going to just tear you down to your lowest core, that you said there's no way I can come back from that. But God, he's put everything inside of you that you need to have that bounce back, come back. One thing that I love about watching all the Rockies is the comeback that he does. Is that last round when his eyes is all beaten up and lips all broken and they got to cut him so he can see because his eyes swollen shut. And it's that last round. And just when, now let's think about this, and then the opponent, which would be the enemy, which would be your depression, which would be your anxiety, which would be your ex, which would be your job, which would be your business, which would be your money, which would be whatever that opponent is that you are fighting every single day. Now they got to cut you. Now they giving you water. Now they giving you that little talk in the corner, say, you got this. You can do this. It's the last round. There's more inside of you. This your last, and you can do a KO. All you got to do is get back up again. And that's all I'm telling you. You just got to get back up again. This is your last round. This is the last fight. This is the last punch. And all you got to do is get back up again. Why? Because everything you need is already inside of you. You've been through too much. You've come too far to turn back now. If you're going to go through all of this, if you're going to be in pain, then get a payoff for it. Just don't do it and say, oh, well. Get a payoff for it. Because why? Because you're an ambassador for the kingdom. You are the representation of what second chance look like. What overcoming look like. What if God can do it for me, he can do it for you looks like. So when you're thinking about, I can't go further, when you're thinking about you're on your knees and you are scraping by, when you're crawling and saying, listen, I can't take another blow. I can't take another hit. And yet and still, you got back up again. You did it one more time. You got back in the ring one more time. You said, that's all you got. I've been here before. I felt that before. I've done that before. That's all you got? And then that's when you stand and say, bring it. Because the coach I got with me, I could do all things with his strength. I can do all things with his power. I can do all things. Because that's just how he works. With me, for me, and through me. Can I tell you? Welcome, Ambassador. Welcome that others may see your light shine and may be encouraged and may be uplifted by watching you.